This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
And there it is, that's as good as it gets on this stage. Nissan Townstar EV strikes again. It's an unstoppable van, unstoppable.
Just fantastic. You can actually see the Pro Pilot technology in action. Effortless parallel parking.
It moves with all the confidence that comes with a 5-year warranty.
And with a bench full of all-star van experts, there's real strength in depth here.
That's all-star quality.
Search Nissan Townstar EV and visit your local all-star van centre to see for yourself.
Terms and conditions apply. 5 years or 100,000 miles, whichever comes first.
Pro Pilot is an advanced driver assist technology. Driver's responsibility to stay alert, drive safely, and control vehicle at all times.
At BetMGM, we know how to put on a show. So we don't just do offers, we do golden offers like this.
MGM Millions, our supersized jackpot where right now you could win over £21 million.
Get ready for the golden era in online casino. BetMGM, it's showtime.
Minimum 10p game stake. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. Please gamble responsibly.
Good evening, everyone. It's Monday night, and welcome to the Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by AMG Logistics. I'm Paul Hipkiss, and I'm joined by Mark Meredith.
Good evening, all.
The chairman, Alan Watton.
Good evening, friends.
Chris Browne.
Good evening.
And currently having technical difficulties is Claire Giblin, if you can hear me.
Yes, I'm here. That was
and also Mr. Robe is also having technical difficulties in Coventry. So at the moment, we're riding with four of us. So yeah, hopefully to soon be joined by Claire Giblin and Mark Adams as well from Coventry. So I want to start the show by obviously paying a tribute to Sven-Göran Eriksson. Obviously a very sad day and a sad loss to the world of football today. And for me in my 20s as England manager, you know, he gave us some good memories. Obviously the 5-1 against Germany and the 1-0 against Argentina in the 2002 World Cup. And, you know, he had such a great squad of players, didn't he? And he obviously wasn't well received to start with as the first foreign England manager. But Mark Meredith, give us your memories of Sven.
Yeah, you know, just watching the videos today on Sky and stuff and looking at the tributes and just, I'm still amazed that we didn't win a trophy with that team.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, that's not on Sven. I thought Sven was excellent with them, but yeah, just, you know, going through them days, as you said, Germany 5-1 and, you know, away in Munich, and then some of the Michael Owen time, just, you know, it's just really sad. And we all expected it, just with the documentary we watched, and then
I watched that. I watched it.
It was good, huh? It was good. It's sad, and but yeah, we was all expecting it. And then obviously watching the tributes from you know, Beckham did a really nice one, and a couple of the other players, and so, you know, rest in peace. And we're all thinking about his family and friends right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Welcome back, Claire.
Hello, good evening.
And Mark Adams, can you hear me, mate?
I can hear you, but I can't see you. Can you see me?
Yeah, no, we can't. No, Mr. Pixel.
No.
So everything's fine at the moment.
Yeah, we need to know what phone you got.
Yeah, I think with Sven, I think, you know, unfortunately during those times, there was always someone better, wasn't there? And we did come up against the power nations in the tournaments, didn't we? You know, he lost to Brazil, didn't he, in 2002? That Brazil team was just amazing, you know, and then 2004, you know, we got knocked out by a good Portugal side who obviously went on to lose in the final against Greece. But, you know, we still played these really good teams under Sven, didn't we? And then the 2006 World Cup again, Portugal again on penalty. So, he was unlucky in some of the ways. A couple of the one goal disallowed sticks in my mind by Sol Campbell against Portugal as well in the Euros in 2004 as well. But yeah, rest in peace, Sven. Anyway, and Mark Adams. Yeah, just talking about Sven-Göran Eriksson. Obviously, sad day today.
Yeah, very sad. I mean, like I say, you think of Sven, you think of that sort of era, the Beckhams and the near misses and the Brazil games. But yeah, it's just such a shock. I mean, like I say, his dad. I think I read his dad's still alive, so his dad was pleased to see him as manager at that charity game at Anfield the other week. But yeah, it's just a shame, isn't it? It's just and when I read that message last week, he sort of said a final sort of goodbye message. Just pulls at the heartstrings a little bit. No matter who you are, it's just so final, isn't it? It's so sad.
Yeah, I recommend anyone to watch that documentary if you've not seen it. Me and my wife watched it on Saturday evening, and it's very sad, but very worth watching as well. But yeah, Alan, you got any fond memories of Sven as a manager? I mean, he's come down the Blues a few times as our opposition manager. Was he manager of Man City when Zarate got a couple for us, if I remember?
Yeah,
I think so. I've got to be honest, I'm one of his biggest fan, but he certainly had a significant role in England's future. England's future, because being a first foreign manager, he changed the way we played, and I'll give him due. He picked the best players. I only saw England once live under him. That was at Cardiff, and we were shocking. And so that's we won 1-0, and what was his name? Matty Upson played, and he was still a Birmingham player then. Which was one of the things I did like about him, was he didn't pick 5 Manchester United players and the rest from London and ignore the rest. He picked out players from lesser known places because he recognised them as being good enough, and that's what I did like about him. When I say I wasn't his biggest fan, I suppose you've made the point that he come up against some good sides, and you're full of hope that you're going to beat these good sides, and you don't. But yeah, it is sad. He's my wife being a Finn and he being a Swede. They don't like each other very much, but even the wife was a big fan because she liked the gossip about him. To be honest, the Finnish papers are always full about his girlfriends and whatever. But yeah, it is a very sad day. It's a period of England history that was very important, and the man's gone, and that's very sad.
Yeah, definitely. Claire, what are your memories of Sven?
I think he was one of the first England managers that I remember. I remember watching the Brazil game at primary school when he went over Seaman's Head. So he's, I think that he had that golden generation, didn't he? And he kind of did get them to tick. But like you said earlier, I just think that there was so many other good teams around at that point. And it would have been amazing to see what he could have done today. But, I mean, I was looking at his CV earlier, and, I mean, he's been there, done it all over Europe. So, amazing manager, and he seems like a really nice bloke as well. So, rest in peace.
Yeah. Sad day for football. So on to Blues then. So, another victory on the road, and the third one out of the last 3, and long may this continue. And, it was hard fought at times, wasn't it? And, obviously a game full of, obviously all 3 goals obviously were sort of caused by errors as well, I would say. But no, I think we were worth it, weren't we, in the end, Claire, the 3 points? Would you agree?
I think first half we're all over them. I think we made them have mistakes. I think ours was, I wouldn't say ours was a mistake. I just think that, again, we're trying to play it out from the back. We're new to it. It's going to take time. But just want to do a quick shout out to Bridget, who's behind me, and Mickey, because they were brilliant all game. Like, they knew what they were talking about as well, and I know that they watched the show. I just think that our press was really, really good. I think Anderson was phenomenal. I think May, again, give him the ball in front of goal, he's going to score. I think we shocked them the first half. I think we really went at them. And then I think second half, I don't know whether we went down to their level or they upped their game, but all of a sudden we were under pressure for most of the half. We just couldn't get the ball in midfield and calm it all down. It was very much like, very, very quick. I mean, they did have chances, but they weren't really clear cut. So, I mean, it's another win on the road. I mean, next time we win on the road, that's the amount we saw the whole of last season. So it's nice to get the winning feeling. And again, really good turnout from the away fans. We made some noise and it was really good.
Yeah, no, I know it's at a lower level, but me personally, I think after the last sort of 12, 13 years of torment, I'll call it mainly, it's just good to take this step back, I think, for the club and us fans as well, just to go into each weekend now thinking that we're actually going to win more often, that winning feeling, and also going into the weekend thinking, we're going to win today, actually believing a lot more, aren't we, Mark Meredith?
Yeah, I think that's the nice thing about it now. You go into games having a little bit more belief that we're going to have, certainly show a little bit more quality than the other teams. And as Claire said, it's 3 wins on the bounce now away. It's an undefeated start to the season as well, putting in the Reading game as well. And, it wasn't pretty at times, and it took a little bit of, I was nervous a couple of times. But to be fair to Orient, they came out like any home team would probably come out, smaller team, pressed us very well, played some good football at times, I think, but in the end, the quality shone through for us. And, big shout out to Keshi Anderson. I thought he was excellent all game. Yeah. Alfie May, again, he makes goals look easy, doesn't he? Even that one, amount of times we've seen a blue striker go one-on-one and miss. The way he just took the ball around the goalkeeper casually and put it in is great to see. And I'm confident he's going to go and score, 30 goals this season for us for sure. Yeah. I really hope now, I'm taking the positives out of that, I hope our home form is the same. And I hope we can pick up some, home victories starting with tomorrow and get a little run in the cup. And then if not tomorrow, obviously, and more importantly, the league. So a big game on Saturday against Wigan.
Yeah, I just want to, going back to Alfie May, I want to congratulate him as well on winning League One Player of the Season as well. And he was amongst some football royalty last week as well, wasn't he? And Rodri and Erling Haaland, I saw a picture of him with them too as well. So, hopefully Haaland can teach him a thing or two as well about continuing it in the back of the net. And I'm sure he probably doesn't even need that, to be honest, what I've seen of him so far. But Alan, did you go to the game on Saturday?
I did. I went with my with my daughter. First time we've been together there for any football match with the Blues, 15 years, and my granddaughter was 15 years old. So there might be it's not a coincidence. So that's the reason she hasn't been going. But I had a wonderful day. I first of all, I had no problem. Well, my daughter got the tickets, and we sat in the home end, and we sat there fairly quiet. Only to find out when the game finished and the fans started singing, all the people around us joined in, and they were all Blues fans. We'd all been sitting there in silence. But we can go on about the way we play and the mistakes we made and whatever. But at the end of the day, we won because we were a lot better than they were. They made 2 mistakes that cost goals. We made 1. And it never looked like being any different. Whenever they nicked the ball off us in the game, it was 2 seconds and there'd be 2 blokes, saving the situation. So a lot of these misplaced passes that we did, which don't look good, didn't come to anything. The only time they escaped was the same as at Wickham. We lost the ball down in the top half and it got woofed up and we suddenly 2 against 2. But the goalkeeper made a decent save, probably the only one he was asked to make during the game. And I sat there. I didn't enjoy the second half because we didn't play well enough. But I never sat there thinking, let's get this game over. Let's get the win and clear off. I never felt that they were going to equalise, to be honest, because when we changed the team, made subs, we got better. I want to see this Yokoyama play a bit more. Yeah. He seems to be quick, and he seems to be able to beat people, and he knows where the goal is. I'd like to see him. Well, he probably will tomorrow. Play a bit more and see what he can do. Over 60 or 70 minutes rather than the last 15 that he's been coming on. I wouldn't give anybody much more than a 7, but that was enough. That was enough.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Job done, basically.
It's not going to always be pretty, as you say. This league is going to be every game. Or most games will be an arm wrestle, won't they? And I think when you play this way, and I've watched a lot of Premier League football over the weekend as well, and there's even mistakes at that level playing this way. You're sort of like forcing goalkeepers and putting a lot of pressure on defenders when they've got the ball in these positions, and the goalkeepers as well. And you are going to be at risk of making errors when you're sort of passing it sideways and backwards on the edge of your own penalty box, and then you play a forward pass, and it's more than likely, there's a good chance it could fall to one of the opposition's midfield players, and then you're in trouble, aren't you, Mark Adams?
Yeah. I mean, like I say, some of you can sort of get away with it to some extent already. I think you can see the difference in quality sometimes. You can sort of ride your luck a little bit. But I'd love to see a clean sheet, to be honest, Paul. It'd be nice to get, if it's only a 1-0, just to keep it a clean sheet and get that side of things. But that's only a minor criticism. I mean, to be unbeaten and to 3 consecutive away games, I just can't wait for the games to come around now. I think it's a massive week this week. Looking forward to tomorrow. And see how we get on against Premier League. Well, it would be a second choice sort of lineup for Fulham, but it'll be interesting to see how we cope with them, especially with Jay coming back. But like I say, a Saturday against Wigan, that's a big one. But now, I mean, you're confident of winning whoever we play. You're just confident all the time. It's so different to last season. I think we said last week the difference now in our mind, the mindset of fans and players is just like a million miles from last season. Home and away, who's there to be scared of? We're going to lose the game eventually, I would have thought, but for now, it's just looking so good.
Yeah, no, we have, and I think what I like is, and welcome to Blues Ben Davies, by the way. We signed Ben Davies, haven't we, on loan from Rain? I was having a look. I don't know a lot about him, I'll be honest, but I can see that he's played for, Sheffield United at Championship level and Preston as well. So
played at Liverpool as well.
Comes with a good pedigree. Looks big and strong as well on his pictures I've seen, and he's more than welcome addition, isn't he? And he can play left back as well, so he can be back up for Cochrane as well as obviously until Buchanan is available again. But do we think now that that's the end of our window, or we're going to get another 1 or 2 in, and can we see anyone going as well before Friday? Or
sorry, jump in, Paul. I'd love another striker, to be honest. I think that'd be the cherry on the cake sort of thing. I think another forward. Dare I say the J one's probably completely dead now? Yeah. Well, 99%. But I love another forward, and I think we're good to go with another striker.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, I can't think of one, that would be a good signing for us off the top of my head. But
there is one, but I think we've missed him, and that's the Villa kid, Barry. He's the joint top scorer in the league with our bloke.
Louis Darren.
I was excited when they were talking about him, and I sort of lost interest because they kept talking about Stansfield coming, and I didn't notice that Barry had gone to Stockport. But I think he would have been a perfect partner, or depending on how they shape up, an excellent replacement for May when he can't play, or he's had enough, or he's blowing a bit towards the end. He would have been perfect choice. But that's why he's at the end. That's after the event. That's gone probably, unless we bought him. We could, because he's only on loan to Stockport. Unless we bought him, we're not going to get him anyway. So there's the guys at Peterborough, but they are unlikely to sell them to us, are they? So you're looking at probably a Premiership loan, which Barry was, and we missed that now. I can't, I can't think of any names. I can think of one, Stansfield, but
I think though, what we got to think about as well is our transfer window so far.
Yeah.
Have we heard of any of them before? Most of them?
No.
There will be somebody in the wings waiting this week.
Yeah.
And they're going, it will be a striker, I think. And I think there'll be a few going as well. Yeah. Especially the ones that are on the edge of the squad, I think. Even if it's some loan deals. So like Fogarty went on loan, hasn't he, today? And I just think that some of them need to go out on loan, especially the under-21s, because they've won everything, haven't they, really, in the under-21s. So a really good team. Now it's, right, what can you do, like, for professional? Let's see what you can do, get some experience. But I don't know about the J thing. I know that Fulham are looking for a new striker. They said that the other day. But we'll wait and see. I mean, Williamson, we didn't know who he was until a few weeks ago. We didn't know Cochrane, did we? We didn't know half the players we've got. So, we can go for Premier League loans. We can do this, we can do that. But actually, at the moment, I'm just in the scouting system at the moment because I think who they brought in so far have been brilliant.
Yeah. Clara as well.
Sorry, Paul. Do we think... Sorry, Mark. I was going to say, do we think George Hall's days are numbered?
Yeah.
Yeah, if not now, then January, I would have thought.
Yeah, the thing is...
He comes straight away, doesn't he?
If you're a striker, though, and you got Blues interested in you, then are you going to go as backup for Alfie May? Because I can't see Chris Davies playing 2 up front or 4-4-2. So I think he's going to stick with this 4-2-3-1 system that he's playing, or 4-3-3 at times as well, with 2 8s. And then obviously you've only got one number 9, haven't you? One out-and-out centre forward. And if I'm an out-and-out centre forward and I'm going to the club that's got the top striker in the league, am I going to be happy with being a bit part player and only coming on for 5-10 minutes here and there, playing in the EFL Trophy and the League Cup as well now and again? If we go on a run, so that's whoever's coming in will obviously be thinking possibly that way as well, don't you think, Mark Meredith?
Yeah, that's actually, he just stole the words out of my mouth. That's what I was going to say before Rob rudely interrupted me. I don't see Dave, like as you said, Paul, I don't see Davis changing the formation. I don't think he needs to change the formation either. I think with what they've got, it's great. And that's why I think the Stansfield one is probably completely dead. The fact that if you do bring him in, he has to start, and you have to change the whole team around to suit him and May then in that team. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a young loan that comes in that is, and it's a little bit of an agreement that he plays when he can play, and he does come on. I know May does tire throughout the games because, to be fair to him, he works his socks off, and when he gets to the 70th, 80th minute, we have been bringing on the Duke or someone else to replace him. So he may get that chance during games, but I'm with you, Paul, 100%. I don't think he brings in a recognised striker to change the formation around.
No, I don't think so either. But what I do like is, we've got 2 good players now, haven't we, really, for every position. And Yokoyama can play through the middle as well as out wide. And I'm going to put Djukovic in there as well. He comes on as a bit part player now, doesn't he? Does his cameos, and he even makes a difference as well, doesn't he, to just holding on to that lead for us. He's done that now at Wickham and on Saturday, hasn't he, at Leyton Orient? His strength and presence makes a difference when he comes on.
When he came on, we stopped doing the tippy-tappy and we started looking for him, and he won. I think he had 3 or 4 challenges and he won 3 of them. And the only thing was that our blokes weren't used to that. They started looking at him instead of running past him. But he did affect the game, and we need to understand what he's going to give us so the people around him can make the most of it. It was as I say, they all stood and looked at him and waited to see what he was going to do instead of assuming he was going to win it and going past.
Good game management, though. I mean, it's nice to see that actually he came on and then we adjusted. I'd rather do that. But I think, though, I'll probably disagree with you there, though, Alan, because I think that all of them were run off their feet.
Oh,
and I mean, I know that we had At the moment, I love the subs. I love the fact he makes changes, but sometimes all of a sudden, having 5 subs is quite a big change to a team because all of a sudden they've got to then gel. So like Miyoshi came on, didn't do a lot, led up and down, up and down, up and down. And then you then had Williamson playing in one position, then moving. So I know he knows what he's doing because obviously he's done it for the last 3 or 4 weeks, but I don't know whether sometimes the subs make it a bit disjointed so they're not going around Djukovic because obviously they've all just come on.
Oh yeah, it's like we've got to gel it. We've got to gel as another team.
Yeah.
When Juki comes on, we've got to play in a different style. And as you say, it wasn't a criticism, just not something I noticed. And the reason, you're quite right, that they was probably thinking, I ain't got any more legs to run past Juki. You know, I'm hoping he'll knock it down to me and I can hold the ball. But yeah, it's another facet that we have another string to our bow. I mean, I don't see us if May was injured. I don't see Juki playing that 90 minutes.
No.
So who's gonna play that role? You know, we've got rid of Dixon, who scored on Saturday, by the way, a couple of goals. We've got nobody, have we, to take May's place and do what May does. If we went to Juki to play, then we'd have to play completely differently, and that's a bit of a worry. But it is only a bit of a worry. At the end of the day, every team that we've played against since half time against Reading, we've been better than. And regardless of the score, I think our best performance by miles is Charlton because we kept a clean sheet. We looked like scoring goals. Okay, we only got 1, but if you keep a clean sheet, you only need 1. Whereas Saturday we needed a couple again. The week before we needed 3. But we got them.
Yeah. Can't complain, can we, really, at the moment? No. You know, it would be nice to not leak any goals or leak less goals, but I don't care as long as the number of goals against Birmingham City is more than the opposition. That's all I care about. You know?
Well, same from last year when we couldn't score at all.
Exactly.
We went 1-0 down and then it was like, right, we've lost.
Yeah,
exactly. The nice thing as well on this is that, you know, I know it's a headache for Davis as the manager, but you've got people now fighting to be on the bench, let alone the starting 11. You know, there's players out there that are not named in the 18 that could be easily named in any other 18 in the league, and maybe in the championship as well. So we have got you look at the bench now and you got confidence that somebody on there can come and change a game around if we need them to. And if we don't need them to, it's the fact that they're coming on and steadying the ship a little bit. So got full confidence in that, and the fact that, you know, people like Tyler Roberts a couple of weeks ago, Sanderson's obviously injured, but was in the, you know, those type of players that haven't made the 18 are players that we would rely a lot on last season in the championship.
Yeah. Now, last week I had the pleasure of having a meeting at St Andrews with some of the staff at St Andrews as well, and I've got to say, I saw the Garrison. I saw the sponsors lounge and I saw the boardroom. I didn't go over to the railway. I didn't see, or the Gilmerick. I didn't see the city view. But obviously that's just unbelievable as well. And what they've done in such a short space of time is just incredible. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
The Garrison, I've got to say, and the boardroom just completely blew me away. I was speechless with the difference in the Jasper Carrot, obviously, as it was, and the boardroom as it was before, and also the Legends Lounge as it is now, the Sponsors Lounge. It was just breathtaking when I walked in every single one of them. Unbelievable. And, you know, I just want to give full credit to everyone for their efforts, obviously, during the pre-season with what they've done and what's continuing to be done as well with the fan parks and the amphitheatre and obviously the shop as well. You know, everyone involved really deserves a big pat on the back, don't they?
It's been 10 years, Paul, since I've been in there. Obviously, 2014 is when I left to come to the States. And so October will be crazy just to walk around it and just see what is going to be a massive, massive difference, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Nigel, man. No, Nigel, I'm not our new striker. I'm too old for that now.
Much
Tommy
too
Mooney. I
old.
thought you was Tommy Mooney with glasses on.
Yeah, but yeah, no, genuinely blown away. And actually, when I was having the meeting, the under-21s were playing as well. So I walked in the Garrison, and there's Tatey, Daisy, and Skip as well standing there. So I had a little chat with them as well for a couple of minutes before we obviously moved on. But yeah, no, just completely blown away by what I saw. And you know, anyone's given the opportunity to go in those areas, just don't turn it down, whatever you do, because it's absolutely amazing.
You did notice an interesting price for Saturday's game, £225. The last time I sat in that area and had a meal, it was 60.
Yeah.
It was very, very cheap for hospitality food.
Yeah.
I don't think they made much money from it.
Yeah.
No.
It was Valentine's Day. I took what?
Romantic W.
Yeah, she said, if you bring me here again, I'll divorce you.
So you did.
It was my single now. It was my. To be fair, it was my 51st anniversary on Saturday.
Wow.
I couldn't get her to come. I said, I'll take you, celebrate, but no, she didn't want to go.
Right, some early comments coming in. So Craig Courtney's on his way. He's just finishing his burger. Benji Smith likes George Hall. He could get in. He could get in our 18, but reckon he'll be gone. Yeah. So
we've got to wait for Craig Courtney to eat his burger to come on the biggest blues show on the planet live.
I know.
I've told you about him.
It's not like he's not an all-inclusive either, is it? Eat it whenever he likes.
Getting packed in the morning.
He's on his way, I tell you.
Is he still in Markham?
Ian Clayton's asking if Bakuna's actually going to go. I think he possibly will. I do think, though, that if we can sort of bridge any gaps with him, then he would be an absolute quality player in this division.
No.
Well, that ship sailed now, isn't it?
No. He doesn't work hard enough. He's not a Chris Davis player. I was talking about this to some people around me on Saturday. Bacuna, unless he changes and his attitude changes and he works harder, he's not getting in that team. If you've got people like Tyler Roberts who actually kind of try, and other people that try who can't get in, like Donovan and those sort of people, Bacuna will not get in. Quality when he's got a good attitude on him when he tries, but he doesn't work hard enough.
No. Yeah. Have we spoke about his shorts on here? I can't remember.
I think we mentioned it the other week, didn't we?
I can't remember.
Yeah, and he's not wearing those shorts either.
I have absolutely no idea what was going through his head then. But there you go. Obviously, if they're his brother's shorts, then why isn't he taking his own shorts? Very weird.
Giblin knows the stuff, says Chatting Blues on YouTube. There you go, Claire.
Is that your mum?
No.
No?
She's on Facebook.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Bill Mink, we are forgetting this is the third division and we don't stand out.
I think we do.
I think we do stand out already.
I think we stand out for the way we play. I think a lot of teams are trying it, and fair play to Leighton Orient. I'm not going to lie, they had a go at it and they got out of some sticky situations. So, you know, if people are going to up their game, at least it's going to be a good game of football and end to end. Obviously, we've just got to score more.
Random question from Calvin Halborough, McDonald's or Burger King? I'll go for the Burger King burger and Mackey's fries, Calvin. Anyone disagree with me?
McDonald's, both.
Yeah.
I do like McDonald's.
And yeah, the fry. I haven't been in a Burger King for like 25 years, and I got stuck in Eastbourne. McDonald's queue was out the door, and the Burger King was empty. So I was starving. I went in there, and the chips were okay. The chips were okay, and the burger wasn't bad. So I'm slightly. At least I'll go in a Burger King now when there's no queue.
No. I must admit, I do like Mackey's fries. They're nice.
Yeah, I'm just having a look on YouTube now. Any other comments on YouTube, Chris?
There's quite a few on YouTube. We've got. We're going to score one more than you. I've just lost it because I think if Fulham play their youngsters going to tomorrow night, I reckon we'll beat them 2-1. Says Blue Shadow. There's quite a small crowd expected tomorrow as well, isn't there?
Yeah, not a big one, is it?
I think he's
about 11,000, 12,000
on TV as well on Tuesday night. And
yeah, with the main game on Sky, aren't we? And people are probably saving their pennies for Saturday, aren't they?
I think
for the
so.
weekend?
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully, you know, I don't think he'll change all 11 players. Do you? I think he'll probably make 4 or 5 changes tops, and I think May will start up front. That's just my gut feeling. I could be wrong. And then I think you might see Yokoyama down the left, and you know, you might see Tyler Roberts come in behind Alfie May in the 10, or Williamson maybe might start there, possibly.
I think Davis might play because Billick doesn't normally play Carabao Cup games, does he? So, I mean, he changed it for Charlton, didn't he? So, I can imagine him changing it again, giving some of like Tyler Roberts and that a chance.
Yeah, probably on top as well.
You've got another centre half to play with now, haven't we?
You changed the goal as well, and Allsop will come in as well, won't he? I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely. So
if you're Fulham in that one, I think you go pretty strong wherever you play. That's a perfect chance for them as a team a lower team in the Premier League to get to Europe, right? We talked about the League Cup last year. I'd be surprised if he doesn't play a strong team against us tomorrow.
No, their only realistic chance of winning the trophy, isn't it? Really, they've got more chance of winning that FA Cup, I'd say.
Yeah, I think so.
So, but yeah,
and Jay's can play a lot for it, isn't he?
Yeah. It's written in the stars that he's in it, probably. But as long as we score more than them, then that's all that matters, isn't it? I was like, hopefully, when he scores, we're about 3-0 up with about 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, nice, wouldn't it?
But absolutely. But yeah, let's remember our conversation the weekend about player chance. I just wanted to bring that up tonight and really throw it out to our audience as well. You know, have we got any good new chance? Because we've got all these new players. And, we want some new songs for them, don't we, really? Those that deserve it. And there's even players like Keshi Anderson that don't have songs, and, I think now what he's done so far this season, we should really have a song for Keshi Anderson, don't you think?
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll tell you, the one I liked on Saturday was We're In For A Shock. I thought that was a very good piss take. We're in for a loser. We're Birmingham City. We're in for a shock. And I thought that was a really clever comeback. That was.
But yeah, any new song ideas? We want to hear them and just put them on the chat. Put the lyrics on the chat, and we'll get Claire to sing them.
Yeah, live.
We're never going to get a chance for these players with 3 surnames, are we?
At least we're being a bit more original and actually having different songs. Like we used to just be like, oh, Sariki Dembele, oh, Magoma, and I used to be like, we need to be a bit more original.
Yeah. I think Paik Sung Ho works well, doesn't it, with Gold? Paik Sung Ho, ho, always believe it. Oh. Yeah.
There was one for him the other day, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah,
to be honest, I did like the Bakuna one, the tequila one.
Yeah.
Bakuna.
Yeah,
tequila. I like that. I think can't really do that anymore, can we?
This has all been lacking, isn't it, the last few seasons, singing, basically. But,
have we, Chris, really?
No.
Yeah. But going back a few years, some of the songs that we used to have, I mean, Adibola sticks to mind.
Yeah. A lot of it was all tongue-in-cheek. It was all real brummy humour. You seem to have lost, but that's great. Good stuff.
No, the Heskey one as well. Remember the Heskey one?
No.
Oh.
It used to be...
Then now he's all right, yeah.
Right.
I'll get Alan to say it because he ain't bothered about swearing on here, are you, mate? Carry on.
Just keep watching this, Alan.
I'm church-going Christian man. I don't swear.
But yeah, no, the Heskey one was good, weren't it? Back in the day, I remember that. That used to make me laugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, give us some ideas anyway on the chat. But that was my effort of Paik Sung Ho's new song anyway.
Yeah. It was rubbish.
Yeah, there we go. I'll move on swiftly. How do we feel about an Oasis reunion?
What?
Thumbs up for me.
Was that a groan? Chris, was that a groan?
Yeah. I'm not a big Oasis fan, never was.
I'm not a fan, to be honest.
Nah, it's just another Beatles tribute band.
Not that. Thumbs up from me.
Yeah. Thumbs up from me as well.
Yeah. Anyway, so
A striker called Scott Wright is another possible loan for the season. A striker to back up Alfie May, says Trevor Francis.
Okay.
On YouTube. Mm.
I don't know anything. I've not heard of him. Where's he from?
Mm.
No?
Scott Wright.
I heard the QPR one was mentioned today as well. Is it Dyke or?
Yes. There's quite a few for that. Yeah. That's,
he's all right.
Could be a possibility.
He's like a big target man, isn't he? Yeah. Is he from New Zealand? Any originally? He plays for Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played. He went. That's right, because a Scottish friend of mine, I asked him how many Scotsmen were actually in the 22, and there was only 12. All the others were from England, and he was from Australia. The Scottish Euro team had 10 Englishmen and 1 Australian in.
It's crazy, isn't it?
So that's how he sticks in my mind. Yes, and didn't he? Was he the one that scored against us in that? Where the winning goal in that disaster on Good Friday? He certainly played.
Everyone scored against us, Alan.
Which one?
Volley at the end, it was, I think.
Everyone scored against us. Last season.
I'm talking about a particular match. Now listen, Claire, carefully. This was the match on Good Friday when QPR beat us 2-1.
Yeah, I was there.
Did he not score in that game? Can't remember. Okay, but he played in that game, and yes.
I think he was quite good though.
Yes,
he's a good player. Yeah, he's a good striker. He's another Dukey type of striker.
Yeah.
Who wants to sing the Calvin Hembrough song on Facebook?
What song?
What song?
It's on Facebook now. The last one. That's Calvin's put up.
We have got an Emil Hansen song.
Oh right, okay.
Is it Umba?
Show us
it's from ABBA.
Go on then, Claire.
Which song?
Give me a winger from Sweden. His name is Super Emil Hansen. Go something like that.
Oh dear. That one's not going to work, is it?
Anytime.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's going to die.
Sorry.
That was the one song at Wickham.
You've not just thought of that off the top of your head?
No, there was like loads of people singing it at Wickham, so I'm there trying to listen. Now I feel under pressure because I'm Meredith.
Not me.
You're the one saying me have a minute of singing.
Can I do one now? Can I do one? Here we go. Hooray, hooray, Alfie May. When he gets the ball, he's sure to score. Alfie May. That's from Edward Phillips.
Nice.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sung in D major, by the way.
Yeah, so who do we think will go out then? So obviously we've talked about potential incomings. Do we think Dembele could go, and do we think...
Yeah. Or Dembele, or...
You'll go to Blackburn.
Dembele.
Yeah.
I think Donovan will.
Yeah. Any first teamers we think could go? Maybe Paik or anyone like that?
Sanderson maybe now. Davis is coming. I don't know.
Miyoshi.
I read a rumour that's more interest in Miyoshi in Germany again. I don't know how true that is.
I just a thought about Paik on Saturday. I spent the second half sort of nervously, shall we put it that way, although I didn't think we were going to lose. But every time Paik got the ball, I breathed a sigh of release and relaxed, because he don't give it away. You know, he gets caught, but he'll get the ball to one of our players, and if you give him space, then he looks at ease with the ball. And I just kept noticing that whenever the ball was going around, and how many times they wanged the ball back at our goalkeeper at 100 miles an hour. I mean, he'd already made a mistake, and I felt sorry for him. They weren't helping him much. But then he'd give it to Paik, and tension over. Let's get on with the game. I really, you know, the Sky have been talking about, is he the best player that's ever been in the third tier? Well, I dare say Rodney Marsh and Tommy Lawton might argue that, but he's a bloody good player in my eyes. I really like watching him. And as I say, he took the tension out of the game. on Saturday. Whenever he got it, he moved it. He moved with it, and he found a pass, and then he went and got the return, and so on and so forth. And we didn't make enough chances. I mean, that's still there. But if you're gonna play tippy tap football, you've got to have people who are in control, and he was. And the other thing, I thought the referee was lousy. He kept giving us free kicks on the edge of our own box, and then as soon as we got up front, and those white stripes on the shirts, they kind of when the shirt gets pulled and that white line gets all, you know the shirt's being pulled. Twice we had blokes steaming away and got pulled back, and the referee gave nothing. I thought, well, you're giving us silly fouls on the edge of our own box. Why don't you give us one where it matters? But I don't think that I was sitting with the Leyton Orient supporters, as I say, so they weren't very happy with him. And I thought, well, I know what you're feeling, but he's not doing us any favours. He keeps giving us free kicks when we're getting, we could get the ball out, and we get knocked over, and we start again, and they're there, and we have to start again. Let it go. You can get out of this.
I would go on to say that in the third tier of English football, he's not even the best player to play for us in that position, because I'd put Mark Ward ahead of him any day of the week. But he's a very good player. But anyway, welcome, Craig. How was your burger?
Well, the burger was fantastic, homemade. What can I say? And it went nice with the tilapia fish as well. So, you got to do it properly in the last few days.
When did you come home, mate? Thursdays.
And there it is, that's as good as it gets on this stage. Nissan Townstar EV strikes again. It's an unstoppable van, unstoppable.
Look, just fantastic. You can actually see the Pro Pilot technology in action. Effortless parallel parking.
It moves with all the confidence that comes with a 5-year warranty.
And with a bench full of all-star van experts, there's real strength in depth here.
That's all-star quality.
Search Nissan Townstar EV and visit your local all-star van centre to see for yourself.
Terms and conditions apply. 5 years or 100,000 miles, whichever comes first.
ProPilot is an advanced driver assist technology. Driver's responsibility to stay alert, drive safely, and control vehicle at all times.
At BetMGM, we know how to put on a show. So we don't just do offers, we do golden offers like this.
MGM Millions, our supersized jackpot where right now you could win over £21 million.
Get ready for the golden era in online casino. BetMGM, it's showtime.
Minimum 10p game stake. Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus. Please gamble responsibly.
Thursday morning we fly home, So I don't want to come back. It's way too nice.
We don't want you to come back either.
The things we have to do to go back to work.
Yeah, that's the only problem, mate, coming back, isn't it? It's too sad.
It's the very sad
for us.
I'm going to miss the point of your own alcohol and everything else as well.
Yeah, definitely. We had a good time though, yeah?
Oh, yeah, it's wicked, mate. Really good weather after the first couple of days. But, not too bad. Nice and hot. And plans for the next couple of days, including all of us being in a pub, watching the game tomorrow night, all in blue shirts, hoping that there's a few other blue noses around as well that will join us.
I was going to say, have you met any?
No, I've seen somebody in a shirt, but I didn't get a chance to actually speak to them. But to be honest, there's more in our hotel, more Italian and German people than there is English at the moment. Seems to be like the Thursdays, Fridays is when the English come in, and then the rest of it's the German and Italian. So plenty of Milan shirts or Real Madrid shirts, surprise, but not a fat lot else. In fact, tell a lie, I've seen a Rangers shirt tonight, so might have to try and take a bit of mick out of him.
Yeah. And are you fighting for sunbeds every morning?
I don't know. Mate, in all seriousness, right, the first couple of days we had no hassles whatsoever. Now it's ridiculous. So the pool doesn't even open until like 9 o'clock. And there are people queuing from like 8:05 in the morning. I'm ended up having to go down at 8:30 in the morning before breakfast because otherwise we won't get sunbeds. So I'm the daft one when it comes to that. You know, the missus and the kids stay upstairs, and I'm the silly one queuing. But it's unreal, absolutely unreal. And people just don't care. It's like, you know, I'll just push hell forever.
Yeah,
it's a free for all, isn't it? But yeah. And what about the Groovy Gang? Have you been in the skateboard competition yet, or anything like that?
Unfortunately, I've done no better than second in the colouring competition. I got beat by a 6-year-old, so it was pretty bad from that front. But, you know, it's disco night for the kids tonight, so I'll join in with the Groovy Gang tonight and see what happens there instead, you know. And you never know, I might learn a new dance to bring home with me.
There you go, fair play. Good stuff. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your time there, mate. And
can't wait for that.
Getting your sunbeds, mate, as well. Every morning, it's just a nightmare, that is, isn't it, really?
Oh, you're not wrong. I mean, I will say, I know you've probably spoke about the game, but I did actually catch the game on Saturday via stream. And I've got to say, I'm majorly impressed with Keshi Anderson. I thought he was absolutely awesome. Unplayable at times, in fact. And you know, the new signing coming in Ben Davies, I think he's a good one. And hopefully before Friday at 11 o'clock, we'll see a couple of more faces as well. And I think a few will definitely be going out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I was more interested in your sunbeds and the Groovy Gang then than your thoughts on the game Saturday, Craig, to be fair. And your burger.
I mean, to be honest, in terms of thoughts on the game, we totally dominated. It was, you know, the first 20 minutes, we were all over them. And then in the second half, yes, it was a bit lackadaisy and we did let them come back into the game. But to be honest, their second half, they were a very well-structured side. And I think that's what I expect from every team in the league coming up against us. We're always going to have times when people make it very hard and we'll scrape a result. But if we scrape it, there's 3 points. Who cares? You know, at the end of the day, it's all about getting out of the league. It's not about how we do it. So play on and you know, looking forward to the weekend game at the weekend. Looks like it'll be another sellout, which is just unreal when you think about the fact. You know, first 2 home games, both of them could be sellouts, and it's amazing, really. The following we've got is exceptional. And you know, a couple of people have passed comments on the away ends as well around it as well, just saying they're looking forward to having Birmingham fans go to their ground because they know that we're there, we're passionate and we're loud, and something that, you know, there's quite a few of them that miss. I think did I see a game the other day when there was only 10 people that travelled to an away game? You know what I mean? And that's in our league. So it's just daft, but. Bring it on. The next away game will be a sellout. See if Claire gets her face into some more pictures. You know, I reckon she's just trying to find the cameras nowadays. You know, if it's not pictures, it's videos and jerk chicken. So what's next?
Well, you're having your burgers, Craig, so don't bring my jerk chicken up.
Please,
burgers are allowed. Being on video and being around jerk chicken shouldn't be allowed.
Don't bring anything up.
Can you bring us some, Craig? I'm a bit hungry.
You're only 50 minutes late, Craig, by the way.
Do you know what I mean? It's the queues downstairs, mate. What can I say? To make your own burger, you have to take your time. It's a delicacy. I mean, Mark Meredith will know out in the States. When you make your own burgers, they've got to be perfect.
I don't make my own, buddy. I just pick them up.
He goes to McDonald's.
Burger King.
He's got staff.
Yeah.
I can't let this pass us by, Claire, man. This Jason Hughes, William Williamson song.
That's brilliant.
I think it's great. Honestly, I think that needs to start.
Sing it, Claire.
Go on, Claire.
His first name is his last name. His last name is his first name. His first name is his last name. This Williamson can play.
Excellent. Well done.
So it's going to take some doing, that is, Claire, but keep practicing and you'll be fine on Saturday.
Yeah.
You got to bring in the
Yeah. Just trying to read it, Paul. Can't get the tune. I was expecting the tune off everybody else.
No, we just want you to make yourself look a fool.
Trying to sing it.
That could stick. That could. I'd love a song to stick off this show. It'd be great, wouldn't it? If you could hear the crowd singing it on the back. Noticed actually, they've started. All our fans have started singing now, haven't they? Our old theme tune to the show. I know it was obviously written back in the 70s, but
Sung it on Saturday, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Because I thought, where do I know that from?
Yeah. It always makes me chuckle when they sing that.
Yeah. And I've still got on the wall here. I've got the original script, original piece of paper that it was written on as well. Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to also bring in, I don't know if we can do it tonight, Chris, but it is on the agenda to bring in some more fun games, isn't it, and stuff like that, and get people fighting.
Yeah, but it's a bank holiday.
Are we able to do it tonight, Chris, or no?
I could probably get a little bit of one in, yeah.
Yeah. So what we're planning on doing is bringing back, obviously, as everyone knows, our regular viewers, when we have an ex-player on, we always do the who. When obviously we play a player that they've played with, talking, they've got to try and guess who it is. But what we're planning on doing every week now is bringing in either an ex-player, obviously, that's been on the show, an ex-guest, and you've got to try and guess who that is from a previous show, or a previous who as well. But the problem is we don't have the answers to who the who's are, so even we're trying to guess who they are as well at the same time as trying to bring it out.
In fact, how many did we get? None.
None, absolutely none. So so if the production team who put them together don't know, then no one's got a hope in hell, have they, really? But yeah, I think it could work though with ex-visitors, ex-guests on the show, couldn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
So I don't think you can conjure anything up tonight, Chris, but it might go down well if you can.
I'm working on it now.
Yeah, nice one, mate.
So yeah, Chris. Yeah. Can I just say as well, massive thank you to everybody that donated towards the for the food bank.
Yeah.
Because on Friday when Chris put out a note, we had the food bank in Alton that was closed because they just had nothing to hand out. Now we're in a position where I think come tomorrow, my calculations are true, we're probably not off £400 worth of donations that are going to be put towards that food bank.
Yeah. While he's buffering, I'll just tell you the full story to this. I've got a new car, right? And to get into my office, I have to go through a very small arch. But I thought, I'm not going to try it. So I've been parking around the back. And because the food bank's around the back, I've been seeing these people actually queuing every day at this food bank. And it's been absolutely heartbreaking. It really has. Especially with Solihull, it's been such a prosperous area, or was a prosperous area. You just think these things don't happen.
Take it for granted, don't we? Yeah.
It's absolutely, and these people don't look like your average. They just look like normal people who've just fell on hard times, And and so I put the call out, and it was incredible. Within a couple of hours, where people were dropping stuff around to the unit, it's fantastic. Really, really good response, and thanks to everybody as well.
Funny to say that, Chris, because we've got one at work, and work in the NHS and that, and at the hospital. Like say they've got food banks set up for members of staff, and it's amazing because you don't think, everyone's got a job, everyone's all right, but these food banks at work, the stuff goes really quick.
Yeah,
and it makes you stop and think how grateful you are.
No, I seen a post a couple of weeks ago of a donation they had, and it was huge. And then I thought, wow, that's incredible. But Friday they had to close because they had no food. How can a food bank close? It's just absolutely incredible. But anyway, my office is I'm not joking, you can't get in my office. It is rammed with food from donations from like Blues fans, Tilton Talk fans, Solihull Moors Foundation, the Solihull Supporters Club. Absolutely fantastic. Brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, no, full credit to everyone involved there. Absolute top marks from me and everyone made that happen.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Brilliant it was.
And you mentioned Solihull Moors there, Chris. Good win for them at Halifax 1-0 this afternoon as well. Which is good. Yeah, they beat Halifax away 1-0 today, Solihull Moors. So
that's good.
I'm not sure where that puts them in the league, but I think they were 11th.
First win, isn't it? It's the first win, that is.
I was going to say, I think it is. Yeah. They lost on Saturday, didn't they? Yeah.
Is that their third game? Was it today? Fourth. Okay.
Fourth.
Okay. So hopefully they can have a good season again, and get promoted out of the National League, it'd be good to see him in the Football League, wouldn't it, really?
It would,
yeah. Go on back, yeah. Good.
Now, the thing is, do we let Craig Courtney back on or not? I'm trying to think. God,
No.
let him on.
Well, from what we've seen so far then, everyone, and I'll go around the room and obviously out to our viewers, who's our most impressive? Obviously, the obvious one is Alfie May, but, you know, give me your top 3 signings so far from what you've seen, you know, in obviously ranking order. Mark Meredith, I'll go with you first. Just new players on this window.
Without May, you said?
No, include May, obviously, as well.
Yeah, so I'd go May at the top, and then I'd probably go Williamson and probably the new fullback,
Cochrane.
Yeah. That'd be my 3.
Claire?
May, Hanson, Cochrane.
Okay. Craig?
I'd say May, Hampson, Cochrane as well, definitely.
Yeah. Robe?
I'd say the same, but I'd have Cochrane second.
Okay, so May, Cochrane, Hanson.
Hanson, yeah.
Okay, Al?
May, Cochrane, and Yokoyama.
Okay, yeah. Chris?
I'll go with May, Cochrane, Hanson as well, yeah.
Okay, I agree with Pete Taylor. I'll go with May, Cochrane, Clara. That's mine.
Leonard's played well as well.
Leonard, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's finding his feet as well. So I think they've all been good, to be honest. I can't say you one that hasn't impressed or done anything.
No, the goalkeepers look okay as well, don't they? From what we've seen of both of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think it's been a good window, and it would be nice to have that icing on the cake of a. I mean, do we need a marquee signing? If we go and spend 6, 7, 8 million on one player, do we need to do that, or is that more, doing that for the sake of it, or what do we think? I mean, we're all saying we need a striker, but we got the top striker in the division, and we only really need one as a backup for Alfie May, and Tyler Roberts can also play there as well. Don't forget if he doesn't move on. So I don't know. I'm not so sure if we're going to get someone in that would be a top striker at this level, because they're not going to be playing that much, are they? That's my only thought. So will they get maybe another midfield player in? But again, we got Gardner Hickman as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
The manager said he was quoted as saying he would like 3 more players. Well, he signed 2. He signed the centre half. He signed the midfield player.
Yeah.
There's only the striker left, isn't there?
Yeah.
We wait with bated breath, and it kind of knew that it was going to be a last minute thing. Whoever comes in, it'll be a last, because you're probably going through hundreds of names, and agents are throwing names at him and whatever. So you don't want to rush into it, does he? I mean, I'm sure he knows who he would like. It's just. People are saying, well, let's leave it till the end. We don't. If we were to sign Stansfield, for example, and you get to Friday and they're two centre forwards keel over, they're going to keep him. Say, sorry, we need him for the next month, so we can't sell him to you. There's all those things, and so people are probably waiting to the last minute to make sure that they have got what they need, and these people, whoever they may be, are spare. Now, the other thing is, don't want to be a ball buster again. The irony is that Ben Davies is the only one of the 11 or 12 that he signed that I do know something about, and I was surprised. I won't say I was disappointed. I was surprised that he'd gone for him. But at the same time, why he's a professional. He sees something in that bloke that I don't, and I trust him completely. If he says he's the right bloke, as far as I'm concerned, he's the right bloke. And whatever image I have of this bloke, because it is only an image, you only see him on TV, and you only know, well, he hasn't been a regular in their side. But does that make is that because somebody's playing in front of him who's very good and he can't get a game? You can't just write a bloke off like that. So I trust the manager, and I think you'll find this guy will be a useful fourth player.
fuck?
I think the problem is with this time of the transfer window is a lot of it's a domino effect. So everything at the start is normally planned from as soon as we finish the season. Now, I know that the club will want to get rid of some people to make way, because or else you're playing wages that you don't want to. And then the Premier League size, the Championship size, every side is trying to get their best 24. So is it that the loan window goes a little bit longer, or?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it's another.
Yeah, so I think so we're still waiting for lots of domino effects to happen, because this transfer window for, I think, a lot of world football hasn't been as expensive as before, because everybody's waiting for everybody else, and normally that's what happens. But we'll wait and see. I mean, half the names would never have known, so we'll see what happens.
If nobody else came in at all, do we think we've got the tools to get out of this league now?
Oh, yeah.
With what we've got, yeah?
If May stays injury-free.
Yeah.
I
worry
about a strike. We need another striker just in case now.
I think Yokoyama could be good through the middle as well with his pace and his.
I like him.
And he was unlucky with that one bending shot on Saturday as well when he cuts right. So I think, with a lot of work on the training ground, obviously with the coaches, he could turn into a good goal scorer as well for us through the middle if Alfie May was to get injured. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully he's fit all season and he bags over 30 goals. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they do sign a striker. But I'll throw this out there as well to obviously the room and also all our viewers. And I know it's only early days and things can change quickly in football. But Chris Davies, obviously, bearing in mind that it's his first job as a manager, what's our rating out of 10 so far for Chris Davies, Mark Meredith?
I'm going to say 8.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Claire?
I'm going to say 8.5. It's still early days, but I think that they respect him and they're playing for him at the moment. And I like how he is with the fans and how he talks football.
I'm loving what he's doing after a game as well when we win, when he's going up to the crowd doing this, when he's doing the, what Klopp used to do when he was Liverpool, similar.
It makes you feel like he kind of understands it, though, because he keeps talking about, they're going away and he knows what the fans are going through. So I do like him. Possibly bump up to a 9, but we'll stick to 8.5.
Yeah. Craig?
I think I'd be 8 to an 8.5 at the moment. I do like the fan interaction. He talks so well. And he's, in terms of the game, you can see that he has got that ability to be able to swap things about. Perhaps one drawback, dare I say, at the moment, he does tend to leave substitutions a little bit later than what you would like to see, which means then people like Yokohama, for example, don't really get into the game as much as what they could do. So perhaps bringing that in a little bit better. But I think overall, considering it's his first job as number one, he is doing a great job, and he's definitely got the fans on side. And long may it continue. But the only thing I would say is the fans are backing him at the moment because we get results. We can't just change that around if one game we get beat or a result doesn't go our way, like the first game of the season, for example, because people turned already at that point. What was he doing? Why didn't he do that? It's just like the squad. He's gelling. He's got to bring it to the fold. We can only get better. So 8.5 at the moment. I'm hoping I can say 10 in the next few weeks.
Yeah, Rob.
I'm going to say 9. I think, because I don't think he's done a lot wrong. I mean, did anyone see the training footage when they sort of mic'd him up and you could hear his thought processes and so on? That was just. It was so. He's got that Premier League sort of attention to detail, hasn't he? You can tell it's, Spurs sort of mentality, Premier League rubbed off on him. I'm going to say a 9. Don't think we're going to do a lot wrong this season. I honestly think we're going to come straight back. So I'm going to stick with 9.
Yeah. Alan?
Far be it from me to agree with anybody, so I'll say 8.25. And I agree with all the comments, though. He's that training video, I never understood a bloody word he was saying. what on earth? What on earth? What is this bloke doing? And I took that, if he can do that, he must be saying the right thing, because I don't understand it. it was impressive the way he was, the details he was going through, and I mean, it's some of the vocabulary I just didn't understand. I can't remember those words, but yeah, I like. I tell you what I liked last week, when after the Wickham game, and everybody said, "Oh, that was close," and blah blah blah. He came out and said, "We were the better team all the way through, and we were never in any danger." And I thought, well, fair enough. You're not making excuses for the things that wasn't quite right. You're just saying, "Look how good we were. This is what we did well, and we were better than them." And I liked that attitude, And it was the same Saturday. Yeah, it wasn't perfect, but we was a lot better than them, and that's why we won. And there'll be lots of games where we will do that. We'll just, the opposition haven't got the firepower or the craft to break us down and score more than one goal. And that was on Saturday. It was one that we'd given them. So yeah, I do like the bloke. I like the way he talks in his interviews before the game, and I like the way he talks after the game. Top man.
Chris?
As you know, I'm a man of many words. 9.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, as Mark says, I don't think he hasn't really done a fat lot wrong, has he?
No. I'll give him a 7.5, and that's just because there's only a few games gone.
That's a bit low, Paul.
I'm going to go up to 8, 9. Obviously, at the end of the season, if he's took us up, you know what I mean, or when he's took us up.
Well, if he took us up 10.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If we're maybe not this Christmas coming, the Christmas after, if we're in the playoffs in the Championship, then I'll give him a 10. So you always want to. You always want to kind of like under-promise and over-deliver, don't you? You know what I mean? I don't want to give him I don't want to go straight in and give him a 10 out of 10, because obviously there's loads of games left, isn't there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so far, what he's done so far has been good. I've been impressed with the way we played. We have leaked a few soft goals, but that's down to the way that we're playing, isn't it? We're playing the high line. We will get caught on the counter-attack. And obviously we're trying to play the tippy-tappy stuff, which we will be sort of vulnerable to mistakes as well. And those two that I've said are pretty much the reasons why we've conceded the goals that we have so far. That's the negative, but the positive is we look really good going forward.
Yeah.
The first goal on Saturday was the prime example of the high line working well, wasn't it, with the pressure we were putting on them. And obviously Alfie May winning it off the keeper, playing it into Keshi, and then he puts it. He did his best. I thought for a second he missed it. Did anyone think he'd miss when he hit it? I thought he was going to go back in the post.
Yeah.
The inside of the post.
Yeah.
The inside the post. And he in his interview explained how difficult that chance was. He said it wasn't as easy as it looked. And I've seen it from the other. I was obviously on the other side of the pitch, but on the replays, I see what he meant. That they were although he'd gone past the keeper, there was 2 defenders coming in, closing him down, and he finished up with probably about 2 foot of goal to aim at, and he stuck it in there. Excellent goal, and I keep enjoying Alfie May's goals, especially when he does what he did. Takes it up to the keeper. Keeper's nowhere. He goes round him like this, lying in the street somewhere, and he just knocks it in. I'm thinking. And I keep using the phrase on my blog, it's like Jimmy Greaves. Jimmy Greaves used to score like that all the time.
Yeah.
And has the same ability to take the keeper on. How many ones do people miss? But you don't let the goalkeeper get near him.
No. Lineker used to do that a lot as well, didn't he, in his day? He used to go around the goalkeeper all the time and slot it in. It's a bit of a... It's not a thing that you see that often now, is it really? If you strike one with people, they'd rather slot it past them than go round the keeper nowadays.
Poachers.
So,
you rarely get that killer ball from the halfway line, because back you used to have like the whole pitch, half a pitch, you just have the stripe of the goal and you just go around them, but you don't really get that anymore, do you?
No, exactly. But Chris, have we got this who then? Have we got anything lined up?
I'm going to attempt it. Now, the only thing is I'm doing this on the fly. So I don't know where this interview is going to come in. It might come in where somebody says...
Where I say good evening and welcome to the tour.
Exactly. So, but we'll give it a shot.
He's a good coach. He's a good manager. And he introduced that. you know, and a lot of teams carried on introducing it, but then it's gone further and further down there. And to be honest with you, I listen to these pundits and people on the television. Well, they may as well be speaking Japanese.
There you go.
Yeah. Any what was our viewers' scores on Chris Davies so far? Then, as a sort of average, would you say, Chris? Did we get many comments on that question?
Sorry, I didn't. I must have missed that one. No, sorry, no.
Okay, so
Nigel Mann, sorry, you're wrong.
Okay, I'll just scroll back actually. Mark Brooks, 10 out of 10. Wayne Merrick's 11 out of 10. Bill Mintz, 6 out of 10.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, Nigel Mann, yeah, strong 7. I think we need to see the rest of the season. Time will tell. Like him though, he's pretty much where I'm at. I gave him 7.5 just for that reason. But in the games I've seen so far, maybe 8. But yeah.
On YouTube, Blue Shadow says 10 out of 10. Trevor Francis says 10 out of 10. And there's a couple of 10 out of 10. Michael Quinn says 10 out of 10 as well. So there we go. Confidence is booming.
Exactly, yeah. And that's great, isn't it? When was the last time we give a manager 10 out of 10?
Yeah. Ray Harbrough's got it. It was indeed Malcolm Page.
Well done, Ray. Does he get a prize?
He gets absolutely nothing.
He gets a stand named after him.
He gets a stand after him, yeah.
Well, we'll get this competition off and running next week proper and make it a bit harder as well.
They need to do the box to box bar in the main stand and call it the Hobro to Hobro bar. Okay, so good to see. Anyway, it's good to hear our fans positive and in a good frame of mind going into tomorrow's game and then on to Saturday. Me personally, obviously Saturday's more important than tomorrow, but it would be nice to have a good cup run as well, wouldn't it? At the same time, Mark Meredith. I mean, what do you reckon? Let's do the predictions actually now while we're going round. So, give me your prediction. Give me your thoughts on tomorrow and Saturday, and then give me your predictions.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think tomorrow gives you a chance to put a few players out that have been on the fringe and that haven't had a lot of minutes. Obviously, everybody would like a cup run, and it's nice that you get into the third round after this one, and the so-called bigger clubs come into it. So I think we'll beat them 2-1 tomorrow. I'll take a 2-1 win, and then big one Saturday. Then hopefully we can take the away wins into the home, like I said earlier, and I'll take 2-0 Blues at home to Wigan Saturday.
That'll do me. Claire?
I think tomorrow's going to be a tougher game than we think. I hope that we do play a semi-strong side, just so we can keep some sort of momentum going. It'll be nice to actually see our style of play against a Premier League side. I know it won't be their full strength, but it'll still be nice. Maybe a 1-1 draw, and then maybe they might nick it. I don't know. Literally tomorrow is we'll turn up and see. And it's if we lose, we lose. If we win, we fantastic. But yeah, we just go with it. Wigan, I think we'll win 3-2. I can't see us keeping a clean sheet. There's obviously a lot of people talking about the goalkeeping situation. I just find that Allsop's a bit more calmer on the ball. So I think that, Bailey will have a chance, but I think if he does make any more mistakes, then he could be dropped. But I think he'll be a high-scoring game. I can't see us keeping a clean sheet, but I hope we win.
Ro?
I think I've got a funny feeling we're going to pull it off tomorrow. I'm going to say 2-1. And I think it'll be the same score on Saturday. I think it'll be close. To be honest, I think Saturday will be closer than a lot of people think, but I think we'll get the 3 points. So I'm going to say 2-2-1s.
Okay. Craig?
I think tomorrow night, it's going to be. It's one of those where it just depends on what either of the teams really put out. I'm going to say actually that it'll be 1-1, and we'll go through on penalties. And then Saturday against Wigan, I just can see us getting a team's going to take a tatering, and I think that could be it again in front of a full house. So I'm going to go 3-0 Saturday. I really am quite confident going into that game.
Al?
I'd just like to say, where's this weakened team going to come from? We don't have a weakened team. We can put any 11 players out, and we don't lose anything in ability. Certainly that was true at Charlton, and I'm hoping that's true tomorrow. I fancy 2-1 nils, to be honest. I think it'd be interesting to see whether Fulham do what Orient did and chase us around the pitch. I don't think Premier clubs do that. I think they stand back and let you get to the halfway line before they start doing any pressing. Whereas in the lower division, that press starts on the edge of the box, and it'll be. I don't know, but I'm going to be fascinated. That's the thing I'm looking forward to tomorrow, is seeing us playing against better opposition with that style of play, and see, we can, we have the ability to do it against better opposition, and how the opposition react, how they counter it. Are they going to run up, be on the edge of our box chasing our goalkeeper around, or are they going to be standing back picking up? So once we get to the halfway line with the ball, we haven't got to pass them, because that's the way I think Premier clubs play, because they know that if they chase the opposition round, they're going to be chasing shadows. The Man Cities aren't going to lose the ball. You can chase them around as much as you like, and they won't lose the ball. And I think Premier League clubs sit back a bit further and rather than expound lots of energy. It'll, I might be totally wrong. They might put a weakened side out and say chase them around the pitch. Who knows? But I got 1-0 both games.
Okay, that'll do me as well, Chris.
Crikey. As mentioned, it'd be nice to keep a clean sheet, and I suppose a lot of it depends as well on who they play tomorrow night. I think we might get it. We might nip it 2-1. I think. And Wigan. Yeah, I think there's going to be goals in that. I think there is. It's a clean sheet, isn't it? 3-1.
Okay. I'll go 1-1 tomorrow night and Blues on penalties. It is straight to pens, isn't it? Not extra time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll win on pens tomorrow night after a 1-1. I can't see Stansfield not scoring. If I'm being honest, it's just written in the stars, isn't it? Yeah. And then I think Saturday, I'm going to go for 4-1 on Saturday. I think we're going to click, and I think we're going to put our chances away, and we're going to be quite ruthless, and we'll nick a late. We'll concede a late one on the break again, but we'll be like 4-0 up when it happens.
Yeah, so I hope you're right, Paul. I really do. I mean, that's what we're all looking for. We've seen 3 wins, 3 good wins, and it's not been without its question mark, shall we put it that way?
No.
They're just waiting for that. I mean, if we'd have stayed on Saturday like we did for the first 25 minutes, we'd have won 6-2, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen, but it will. Suddenly we'll click and we'll score 3 goals, in an hour, and the opposition will.
We just need to make more clear-cut chances, I think. I think that's the only thing that's lacking, that, giving it to May. Like some of the goals, like the Harris goal against Wickham was a made opportunity. Yeah. I think, like some of the, okay, they made mistakes, but you still got to put the ball in the back of the net. But it'll be nice to see some really nicely worked goals. I mean, a goal's a goal and a win's a win. So it'd be nice to see that.
No, definitely, yeah. And we're all going, are we? Obviously, I know you're not Craig or Mark Meredith, but everyone else going tomorrow night, Saturday?
Saturday,
yeah.
My cousin's coming over. Well, he's over now. Him and his wife, so they're going on to the Wigan game on Saturday. So come over from Adelaide. So he's looking forward to it.
And do we think on the 7th of September, obviously international break, do we think the Exeter away fixture could be moved because we could have over 3 call-ups? I know we discussed that.
We need to know, though, don't we? I mean, Huddersfield have already come out and said that they're not doing it, and a few other teams, but You need to know because we need to book things.
Yeah, of course you do.
Blues, can you let us know, please?
I need to know because they're at home when I come over as well. And if not, I'm changing my trip.
Are you going to go to Coventry?
No, I'm not going there.
No one goes there.
No. I was forced to come here.
How are we all going to feel when you're going to hate me for this? When we do have a loss, I was going to say bad run then, but I'm going to say, it's going to feel awful, isn't it?
It's going to feel weird, but we've proved that we can bounce back in this league. So it'll be disappointing, but we're not going to have hopefully we won't have a meltdown. Like, we know what social media's like sometimes. It's just
this is what worries me.
Wailing and crying and well, it's ridiculous.
Well, people are moaning after we've won.
Yeah.
Like, is it like the first time we scored 6 in our first few games for 14 years and 2 on the bounce away for 9 years? I think we're so used to the losing part, and the mentality of the whole football club has now hopefully shifted. I think people are trying to find something to moan about. Well, actually, just savour the win, savour how it makes you feel. And then that's what Chris Davis wants the team to do. So if we lose, we lose. We might, tomorrow if we lose, move on.
Yeah.
Just, it's the next game, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be as bad if we lose tomorrow.
No, I'm not worried about tomorrow, really. No.
It'll be worse. I think it'll be worse if we lose on Saturday than if we lose tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. The Bristol Street Motors Cup is more important anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, got water soon, haven't we?
Yeah.
The thing is, it will be worse though. It will be worse though if we lose tomorrow and Saturday. But let's think positive. We're not gonna. It's gonna be.
It's how you lose though, isn't it? So if we play well tomorrow and we get beat, put your hands up. We play well against Wigan and we get beat, you put your hands up. So it's how it depends on the game situation.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
A loss is a loss though, just the same as a win's a win, innit?
Yeah.
Same outcome, but yeah.
I was very nervous before Saturday. The fact that in my 6 visits I'd never seen Leyton Orient win a game. You're thinking, that's got to change. Then my daughter was coming with me, and after 15 years, and I'm thinking, is that a good omen or not? And it was all silly. It was nothing. I thought, they've got a dangerous player that could cause us trouble. It was all silly little omens, and the fact that, yes, we're going to lose sometime, and it might be today and all this. But by half time, I was just sitting there thinking, if we don't win this league, we went shooting. And I can't actually see us. I can't see a situation where we will lose. We will lose, but it'll be it won't be against Huddersfield and it won't be against Charlton. It'll be something stupid, like Stevenage or Northampton or something, where there's no explanation that you can possibly think, how did we lose that? Blah blah blah. It'd be one of them. It's not. I'm not afraid of anybody coming out and beating us. They might win. They might win against us. Nobody will beat us. Nobody will come and play. Nobody will have a better side than we will have by the time we get the window closes. And we could go through the season undefeated. It's a possibility. It's not an impossibility, but it's unlikely. Because we'll have one of them days. We'll have 3 blokes out injured, and Alfie May won't play, and we won't really have an adequate replacement, and all that sort of thing. That can happen. But the way things are at the moment, I just don't. And the thing, ironically, the thing that made me think that to start with was the Reading game, because we should have lost that, but we didn't. We rolled our sleeves up, got stuck in, and got a point. And that was the time I thought, no, it's going to take an awful lot to beat us. Somebody might nick a point off us. That's fair enough, but no.
Here's a lucky omen for you anyway. Last time we won at Leyton Orient, before obviously the weekend, was Stern John's hat-trick, won it in the League Cup in 2002. Went on to win at West Ham away, weren't it? 2-0, was it? Stern John got both of them again.
First away in the Prem, wasn't it?
So, yeah, hopefully, you know, it's a good omen this time as well. We can go on and beat Fulham tomorrow and Wigan on Saturday and, you know, keep all our best players fit and just have a season to remember. I'm going to think positive.
Were they consecutive games then at Orient and West Ham?
Say again?
Were they consecutive games?
Yeah. We had Leighton Orient in the League Cup in the week. We won there.
Yeah, and West Ham away.
Yeah, it was 3-2. I think we beat Orient 3-2, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we won at. I can't remember if it was 2-1 or 2-0 at West Ham.
I think 2-0. That was a cracking goal by Stern, wasn't it? That first one when he tested it down and sort of flipped round the back. Yeah.
Joe Cole scored for them. He equalised. Then Stern John got his wonder goal.
That was it. Yeah, brilliant goal that was when he did that little Cruyff turn and completely sent two defenders for a hot dog. I think one of them was Thomas Repker, if I remember. I can't remember who the other one was, but was anyone at that game? Was you at that?
I was at that game.
I was at that one, yeah.
In the days when I never missed a game at all.
Yeah.
And on that note, it is now 9 o'clock. We are, 9:01 in Fergie time.
9 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
It is now 8 o'clock. It's gone dark.
An hour over.
We're in Watton time.
I'll cut that bit out.
Right, well, we've been the Tilton Talk Show. Thanks for everyone for watching. As usual, obviously, these Mondays come around very quickly, and it's been a very enjoyable show again. And I've been Paul Hipkiss, and it's good night from me, and it's good night from Claire Giblin.
It's a good night from me, and it's a good night from Mark Meredith.
Good night from me, and it's a good night from Alan Watton.
And it's a good night from me, and it's a good night from Mallorca with Craig Courtney.
And it's a good night for me, and no, I'm not going to say Robe, so I'm going to hand it over to Chris Browne instead.
I wasn't listening. Hang on. So it's a good night from me, and it's a good night from Robe.
Yay! Good night from me, and it's good night. Oh no, everyone's been done.
Stitch up like a kipper.
Look after yourselves. You know, if you see me out and about, come and say hello, and you know.
No.
Right, have you said goodbye or not?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, good night, everyone. Take care. I'll see you
God for that.
What's on the
somebody donate him a new phone, please?
Yeah, I don't. I'm having a nightmare with a new phone, and it got smashed on Saturday. It's all on edge.
How is Mrs. Pixel anyway?
It's fine. To be honest, I'm not even in my own house. This is someone else's house. Someone else's.
Phone them up and tell them you broke in.
Didn't even watch the game Saturday.
Craig, what's on the agenda tonight now, Craig? San Miguel? Bit of...
No, I'm going to go for cocktails. Maybe a bit of brewing. Why not?
Cocktails.
What you having, pina colada?
I might go for a Mai Tai.
I didn't understand the words of that.
That would have been a good last 15, wouldn't it? Cocktails and football.
Shut up. Good night.
Text on the Beecham.
Oh, stop it.
And there it is, that's as good as it gets on this stage. Nissan Townstar EV strikes again. It's an unstoppable van, unstoppable.
Just fantastic. You can actually see the Pro Pilot technology in action. Effortless parallel parking.
It moves with all the confidence that comes with a 5-year warranty.
And with a bench full of all-star van experts, there's real strength in depth here.
That's all-star quality.
Search Nissan Townstar EV and visit your local all-star van centre to see for yourself.
Terms and conditions apply. 5 years or 100,000 miles, whichever comes first.
Pro Pilot is an advanced driver assist technology. Driver's responsibility to stay alert, drive safely, and control vehicle at all times.
Hi, this is Paige from Giggly Squad, and I want to talk to you about Splash Refresher and my water intake. Okay, so you guys obviously know that I'm a hydrated girly, but sometimes when you drink that much water, it starts to just taste bland, and you're just like, I need something to spice it up. That's why I love Splash Refresher. It has 0 sugar, 0 calories, and it's a splash of sweetness. And they come in 5 different flavors. They're so good. Wild berry, acai grape, pineapple mango, lemon, and mandarin orange. My favorite is the wild berry because I just love a berry. So if you're like me and you're drinking water all day, then try Splash Refresher. It's going to absolutely change your water game, and it's good for you.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.